This is A Day in Your Shoes, an XXD podcast. Hi, my name is Brian. I am from the XXD podcast, and today is actually the start of a brand new project for me. It's a side podcast that I do, and I'm going to call it A Day in Your Shoes. So, the purpose of this podcast is to show people a different perspective of someone else's job, working in Singapore, right? Because most of my friends are Singaporean or Malaysians in Singapore. And I always found it like, we all live in different worlds, right? I live in the world of, not me, but people live in the world of accounting, people live in the world of being a chef or, being a photographer. And it's really nice to just step in that person's shoes for a day, which is what, the name of the podcast, A Day in Your Shoes. So the very special guest, which all podcasts say, right? For this week one, the very, very first historical, this is his history, is going to be my own brother, who is also on the XSD podcast. But yeah, he's my test subject slash hamster slash lab rat, whatever you call it. To really
Guinea pig.
guinea pig. Yeah, so I couldn't find the word. Yeah, but yeah, guinea pig to test it out. So, please welcome Sean to the podcast. Hi, Sean.
Hi everyone. My name is Sean, and I am glad and I'm very happy to be invited to this show and to
Yes,
be the first one.
exactly. You are number one. To me, you're
Yes.
number one, right? In my in my podcast, you're number one, right? In my heart, maybe not, but definitely in the podcast, you're number one, right?
Thanks.
Just the number is number one. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay, why not you tell people what you do for a living?
So I am a photographer. Started off with doing a lot of food photography, and after that, going through being an assistant and then learning the ropes of lighting and a lot of technical stuff that goes behind the background of photography. And then from there, I went to product.
Okay, I think we're jumping the gun a bit. Okay, let's rewind the tape. Let's go back to
Okay.
to like, firstly, why do you choose photography, or what made you decide, hey, photography is my calling or my job, my career choice?
Right. So, okay, in the very beginning, I did a photography course back in uni.
Mhm.
And so from there, I learned the basics of photography, and I really enjoy it. Right? I apparently found out that I have the eye of photography, and then from there, I moved from Australia to Singapore.
Mhm.
And then when I was in Singapore, I don't have a degree because I didn't finish uni halfway. I quit uni halfway, and after that, I went to do production. So I was in the production line, doing film and all that. And it was just really long hours, like 18 hours of work. And then there was this one segment during the production where, after filming, there's a photo shoot. So, and I saw them doing a photo shoot, and I really, and I got really drawn into the crew doing photography.
Can you like roughly elaborate what kind of production it was? Like,
It was like a live show production, like Big Brother, that kind of production.
in Singapore?
Yeah, in Singapore.
Wow, what was the theme about?
It
I
was
don't
a
think
singing competition where the singers have to stay in that in that area.
in their house, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, because I'm your brother, I know. But for the benefit of the listeners, there was actually was it on Channel U or no? It was
I
on
don't
media.
remember where.
Yeah, but it was like, it's not live stream, but basically they had cameras around a singer's house, right? And then
Yeah, a
it
group
was a
of
bit,
singers. Yeah.
and it's a bit like Singapore Idol or American Idol, where they get weekly eliminations or
Yes,
every.
correct.
So you were doing production. You were just a production assistant then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what does a production assistant do? Although this is about you being a photographer, but what does a production assistant do?
It's basically everything to do with setting up the whole place.
The set,
The set, making sure there's water, drinks, and all that.
and cabling and lighting.
Cabling, not really. That's the that's the videographer and lighting guy's job. My job is more like the make sure everyone has water, make sure everyone's hydrated,
The furniture.
stock up on drinks and food and
Mm-mm.
all that.
It's really quite a humble job, like you have to say, from
Yeah,
studying from
yeah,
studying uni to doing all this type of work.
yeah.
But
It's
what
it's
so but
it's really Saikang warrior.
Second warrior, exactly. For the benefit of the people who don't understand second warrior, it's how to say the word. I can't find the word, but basically shit job worker, where you do all the shitty unwanted jobs, right? The jobs
Yeah.
that people don't want to do. So why do you choose to go into production, even though you knew that your calling was photography?
Okay, at that time I really didn't know what my calling was,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
really didn't know.
I thought you said you did a photography course in Australia, you liked it, and then you went back to Singapore to build. So at that point in time, you would have already known that photography is your thing, right?
No, it's more like how to say it? It's more like it's a
A
nice
hobby.
hobby, yeah.
Uh, mm, mm, mm,
And then when seeing it done professionally for the
mm,
first
mm,
time, it's like, wow, okay, that's sparked my passion again, right?
mm,
Because I always like movies, I always like films, so it's like,
True,
oh, why
true.
not just go into production and see what's it like,
Mm, 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 mm,
right? Because I love movies.
mm.
I love watching movies. I love how movies are made and what
You
goes
want
behind.
behind the scenes and all that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, like, I mean, given how passionate you were into production and film and photography, right? Is it okay if you feel free if you don't want to share, but
Yeah.
what was the salary like as a production assistant?
Oh, production is quite high. Because of our long hours, right? We work about 12 hours, 12 to
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
18 hours. Production we get about 3,005, 3,006.
For per month, but this is how,
Ah,
how many days a month? Sorry, how many days
wow.
a week? Sorry,
How
how
many
many days
days
a
a
week?
week?
Uh,
So what, 6 days a week.
so it's quite tough, lah, right? We're talking about 6 days a week, 12 to 18 hours a day. So in
Yeah.
in a month, you only have like 4 or 5 days off, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and and 3005, although it sounds not bad for sort of fresh grad because you left uni, but at the same time the hours were long, like, and obviously the work is quite physical and all that, lah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so enough about production assistant. Everyone's like thinking, wait, I thought we are talking about photography here. Okay,
Yeah.
so after the production thing, where do you go next? Like how do you get to, and I guess moving to the sort of we're already in the next topic, which is how do you get to where you are today? So after production
Right.
assistant, where do you go from there?
So after that, I was very interested in photography, right? So
Mm.
then I went to find a job,
Mm-hmm,
trying to
mm-hmm.
find a job as a photographer assistant. Having
Mm-mm-mm.
the production assistant background, I sort of know what's it like.
Definitely
But
give you some credibility when you're applying for jobs, lah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, or I can do this, I can set up this and set up that,
Mm.
like do setup for, how to set up a set, that kind of thing.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
And then it's just like, so then I found a job
Mhm.
after 1.5 months. I
Mm.
found a job
Mm.
and I took this job. I was like, I remember you warning me. I remember you warning me saying, okay, this guy is quite hard to work with because you had a friend
Mm-mm-mm.
working for him before,
Mm-mm-mm.
and then
Mm-mm-mm.
he was having a hard time. So
Mm-mm-mm.
then he quit. Then I
Mm.
applied because of my talking, because I know how to talk. I
Mhm.
managed. I managed to get a job,
Mhm.
right? But
Mm.
then, man, dude, that 1 year working for that guy,
Mm.
that one hard year, dude, I
Mm-mm-mm.
cried nearly every day after I
Mm.
finished work because of
Mm-mm.
the stress and because of all the shit that he makes me,
Can you elaborate on
makes me.
like what does he do? Like, for example,
So he does food photography, right?
food, okay?
Yeah. So what I have to do is set up the lights,
Mm-hmm.
and at the time I'm not very fast, so I'm a bit slow.
Mm.
I'm quite a built guy. I'm quite strong, so I can help him carry a lot of shit.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Right? Plus his knee is not very good.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
So instead of meeting him in the office, I have to go to his house,
Mm-hmm.
pick him up,
Mm-hmm.
take his car, drive him to the location that we're gonna shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of me going to the location immediately and shooting there lah. Yeah. So after setup, then I have to basically check whether the food is okay, make sure the plate's clean, make sure everything is very smooth when it's presented on the table.
No, as in I was asking, you what's the example of stress, and you were saying that you took very long. So did he scold you for taking like between 30 to 45 minutes?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah. He keeps calling me a cow. He's like, you're only good for your muscle, like, but you're
wow,
not very good for anything else. You're quite
your
dumb.
brain
Yeah,
or
yeah. He
whatever.
calls me
Okay.
stupid and all that. Yeah,
That's
he also beats me in front of his in front of clients at the
yeah,
back
yeah.
of my head, and like, man. Now,
This is yeah.
I was adjusting something on the plate,
Mm.
and then apparently I was doing it in the wrong angle,
And then he
and then
just
he just hit like slap on the back of my
mm.
head, and after that it's like all the Hokkien bad words would just come out in
Oh,
one
I mean,
string.
in front of the customer.
Yeah, in front of clients in a professional setup, right?
Mm.
So that was how I grew up in photography.
That's not, yeah. Obviously, that's not very nice.
Yeah, it's hard it's hard shit, man. And I thought
Mm.
to myself, like, yeah, I deserve this because I quit uni, I got nowhere to go. So I just grind this out for 1 year.
In a sense, you only had one path to go, which is the
Yeah,
path you wanted, which is photography.
yeah. So I just
Okay.
grind the shit out of this job,
Mm.
working my hardest, and
Mm.
try to be smart at the same time, and
Mm.
seeing how to play the ropes. Right?
Mm.
There's a lot of times after about 7-8 months already, I was quite good
Mm.
compared to the first few months. Eight,
Mm.
9th month, I was knowing the system, right?
Mm.
I learned the system. I learned how to do everything quick, and I still got effed, and I
Mm.
still got yelled at. I still got all that shit. So it's like, nah. At the end of 12 months, right? So the
Mm.
12th month,
Mm.
no much coding. Everything is very smooth,
Mm.
right? No
Mm.
coding. I know the whole system very well.
Okay.
Then I quit. Then
Why?
it's like,
Why do you
no,
quit?
because I already know, right? I didn't get coding for the whole month. I
So what you already reached the standard where you really learned what you had to
Yeah,
learn from him, like, in a sense.
yeah.
Okay.
So no coding.
Mm.
So it's like every day.
Mm.
So now that I know, this is quite bad of me as well, lah, but
I
now I
mean,
know.
that guy was scolding you and beating you, like, come on. I mean,
Yeah,
who's
I mean,
worse, right? Yeah, come on.
yeah.
Okay, and then
But now I know that he needs me more than anything, right?
because he already trained you to
Yeah,
really follow his system completely, and you do everything smoothly, and then
exactly.
suddenly, oh shit, now he's leaving shit. So, but you
Yeah.
still left, right? I'm sure you didn't stay on.
No. After the 12th month, like, fuck that, man. I just left.
Mm.
I just like, forget it.
Mm.
You're on your own, buddy.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And then
And after that,
do you
yeah.
quit without a job, or you were applying for other jobs, or?
No, I quit without a job. I quit without a
Okay,
job because I know
okay.
after this job, it'll be very easy for me to find another job.
And how long did it take for you to find a next job?
I took a 1 month break because I feel like I deserve it, and
Ah,
after
yeah, of
that
course,
one
right.
month, I found a job
At
at
I mean, no, don't tell me the company name, but at
yeah.
what type of company?
That was just production studio. Again, I was only there for 1 year.
1 year. And this is you as a production assistant or as a full-fledged photographer?
I was there as a assistant.
Still as assistant, lah, right?
Still as assistant. Yeah.
Okay. That 1 year, so I guess it's tough, right? Trying to jump from that PA to that P, right? The photography assistant to a
Yeah.
photographer,
Yes,
right?
it's quite hard.
Which brings us to the next question, which is, so after you left this production studio, where do you go?
So after this production, I went straight into products, right?
So you
And
went to a big company. Of course, obviously we don't want to talk about the name of the company, but
yeah,
it's a household name. Let's just put it that way. You know what I
it's a
mean? Like,
household name. It's quite big. It's a very well known company.
yes,
And I was a photographer for the e-commerce there.
for the e-com there, right? So you were
Yeah.
taking photo of their products for them to put on their website.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so how did you make that jump from photography assistant to photographer?
So when I was working for that big company,
Uh-huh.
I was there in my probation. I was there as assistant.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then after the probation,
Uh-huh.
they saw my potential to be a photographer, and I jumped and became a photographer there.
So okay, the job listing, right, for this company, was it, how to put the word? Let's just call it K, okay, for K. So I think it's simple. So
Okay.
so when you saw the job listing for K, was it under photography assistant or just photographer?
No, so they put photographer/photographer assistant.
Okay. And then what was the interview like? Did you have to bring your portfolio? Like, what was it like?
So what I did was I bring my laptop because during the time when I was assisting at the production house, I also did some photography. So they saw some of my early works and they're like, "Hey, it looks great."
When you say they, you're talking about K, right?
Yeah, K. So K says, "Oh, it looks great. I mean, like your portfolio looks great. You look like you can work. Let's start you off as assistant first because
That's
technically you
funny,
only
right?
have 2 years
But
of
okay, because it's like, hey, you're great, but be assistant. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird.
yeah.
But it's because you only had 2 years of work experience.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so work experience is important. Like number of years
Yeah.
worked and all that is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very important.
Okay.
So then after that,
Uh-huh.
from that jump,
Mm-hmm.
and I just started doing editorials. I did a lot of products, and I was in charge of most of the products that came through for weekly sale or like weekly new arrivals, that kind of stuff.
And you were
Yeah,
doing that for how long?
I was doing that for 3 years.
3 years. Wow. Broke a lot of
Yeah,
records.
yeah, 3 years is actually not that long.
So can you describe a typical work day? Like what time do you go to work?
All right.
What hours?
So
How long is the lunch and all that? Yeah.
yeah, so basically 9 o'clock we reach work. Let's start on a Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Monday you come in, you have the products,
Mm-hmm.
you unpack all the products and make sure the tags and everything are on the same product as the wraps.
You're not allowed to
At the-
snip. You're not allowed to snip or whatever.
We are, but we have to get we call it tauge, or
Mm-hmm.
and then we have to clip the tauge back with the tags
Yeah, of course.
for the
And then.
bags. So Monday afternoon we start shooting. Monday
Mm-hmm.
morning unpack. Monday
Mm-hmm.
morning Monday afternoon shoot. Tuesday by Tuesday you must try and finish.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wednesday is when the models come in, and because of the e-commerce, then they have to show off
They
the
have to be
products.
holding. They have to be holding the bags or wearing the shoes or
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
the
or
the,
the
s- the
products, or
shirt or whatever. Okay.
the
Okay.
shirt, or
So
you know,
okay, so sorry to interrupt. So just a quick one. So Monday, Tuesday is the products itself, just the
yeah,
plain product on a white background
yeah,
or whatever.
yes,
But Wednesdays it would be with humans lah, right? A human model.
yes, with models and all that.
Okay, and then okay, so let's say you take photo, you start taking photo, you remove the text, all that, you prep the thing, do the setup from
Ah,
9 plus to lunchtime 1 o'clock.
yeah,
Then you go for lunch, go
yeah.
nearby someplace, have lunch, come back and work until 6 o'clock, or do you OT a lot, or you know?
It depends, because sometimes when it's a new season, we have to shoot all the new season stuff, right?
Mm.
And that's when the
Oh, that's
first
like the peak period lah.
yeah. So it's like the beginning of the quarter.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
hardest part, because like we have to shoot that, and then plus we have to shoot. So we have to shoot the very, very new products that's not out in market yet, and we have to shoot the products that are weekly going out on the website.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand. So there's the every week thing, but then once the quarter comes, then that's when the shit hits the ceiling a bit, and then you're like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
right. And I'll go home around 10. I go home around 10, 11 p.m.
Reach home or leave the office.
I left the office at 11 p.m. before.
That's the worst lah.
Yeah,
But that's only once every 3 months for like a week or something.
yeah.
Obviously, no OT pay lah. Welcome to Singapore.
We do have time off, but
So you,
then
you you actually record, like, let's say today I'm supposed to work until 6 o'clock, but I work until 10, so you got 4 hours. And they give
yeah,
you hours off, that kind of thing.
it's
Oh, so they do
supposed
practice
to.
that.
They do practice that, and they
Oh,
do
that's not bad.
practice like whether you want to take the hours off or do you want to get paid.
And typically,
I will get paid. I don't care about the hours. I'll just give me
because
the money, man. Right?
yeah. Because I'm like, yeah. I mean, let's be real here. Right?
Let's be real, right? Who wants the morning off? You're just gonna
Okay,
work more. You know
okay.
what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean, because yeah, you bought it off, then you still have to finish the 100 products by
Yeah,
the end of the day. So it's the same
exactly.
shit. Yeah, okay, I understand. Also, just get paid for it, right?
Yeah.
But would people abuse it? You know what I mean? By like, oh, actually, they can take their time lah. Then they can go home at 10 o'clock. They get more salary, what? If you know what I mean.
No, we have to have a legit reason. So the supervisor that supervises the photographers have to have a note saying that.
Oh, they no choice. They have to OT one, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you were in this place for 3 years, right?
Yes.
And then, I mean, I know you went to Philippines, and then I think it's about the same thing, right? What you did in the Philippines and what you did in Singapore at Company K was about the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
But when I was in the Philippines working for another product company,
Uh-huh.
I was actually a consultant of the e-commerce
Okay.
at that place, which
So
is
so
quite.
what's the difference?
So when different products come in, I assign photographers to shoot. So I'm the supervisor basically.
Wow. And then but I'm sure you still got your hands dirty and went down and take some photos as well, right? Or
I
zero.
went so I shoot the main sort of posters and like those kind of 2020 or not 2020, sorry, the 11/11 deals, those kind of stuff. So
Okay.
like all the
Okay.
deals and all the like nice photos, I'll be the one shooting.
Okay. Then what do the normal photographers take? What
They
kind of
do
photos?
e-coms. They just do the normal e-coms.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the ones that appear with the model, the ones that appear on the 6/6 sale, 7/7 sale, whatever,
Yeah.
that's the higher level photographer, lah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's what I do. So then
Okay.
that's a lot of my technical lighting will come in and all that.
Okay. And you were there for how many years?
I was there for 1 year.
1 year.
So when I moved to the Philippines, it took me about 1.5 months again to find a job.
When you're saying after coming back to Singapore, right? Or
No, when I went to the Philippines, it took
to
me
find
one
a
and a
job in the
half.
Philippines. Okay.
Yeah,
And then you
which
came
I'm
back.
very lucky.
Yeah. And then you came back to Singapore. COVID happened, and then you couldn't go
Yeah,
back, and then you decided to
yeah,
just stay in Singapore.
yeah.
And now let's just skip all the everything in between. And now you are in a
Okay, I'm in a studio
mm.
that shoots very different now. I'm shooting families, newborn, portraits, and
Yeah.
I'm shooting maternity, and it's
Mm,
just
mm, mm.
very, very, very different to products.
Mm, 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 mm.
You
And
know,
and and um which one do you prefer, right? You've done, I mean, I think we can say that your majority of your expertise or experience in photography is in product, right? And models,
yeah,
sort of like fashion lah, and I think that's the word.
yes, fashion.
Two guys talking, you can't even find the word fashion. Yes, fashion. That was company K, by the way. It was fashion, but yeah. Yeah, but now you're doing like human portraits, family, and
Yes, and
so
it's
okay.
very different to model, like directing models and
Mm,
directing people, like
mhm, mm,
normal people, is
mm.
very, very different.
I'm sure, but can you care to elaborate? Like,
So different. Okay, for example, the models are okay. Turn your head to the left, look down. Uh, okay, strike a death, like not a death pose, but like I would say death pose. That means
angry pose,
deadpan face, that kind of thing. I was like, okay,
like
strike.
emotionless or whatever,
Yes,
or naughty face or smiley face
yeah.
or whatever.
Okay, do one of those sexy glares. You know what I mean? Like if you tell
Uh,
a normal person, okay, do a sexy glare, they'll be like, huh?
they give you the Zoolander or
Yeah. They're
whatever.
like, what sexy, what, what you tell me to do?
Okay.
And then like you normal people just okay, smile, show
Mm,
teeth, okay,
mm,
chin
mm,
down a
mm,
bit,
mm, mm,
okay,
mm,
till
mm,
you hit 20 to 35 degrees to the left or right,
mm, mm,
okay,
mm, mm,
shoulder
mm,
a bit up.
mm, 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 mm,
I have to really pinpoint on how
mm, mm, mm.
to direct them. And then when there's kids, because we shoot family, right? There's kids. So
Headache lah.
then again, it's a very different because you can't say okay, 1, 2, 3. You just have to just keep trying to find the right moment to shoot
Mm,
where the
mm, mm,
kid's
mm,
looking at you and the mom and dad's looking at you as well.
mm, mm, mm.
And sometimes, okay, the mom and dad's looking at each other, the kid have to look at the mom and dad, then you have to wait for that timing. It's all
Yeah,
very rushed. It's not
yeah,
a product. Product is just there. It's
yeah.
dead. It's dead for you. You want to put the product however you want to put is there.
Okay,
But
so
humans, the people, they move, right?
yes. So which one do you prefer?
I mean, this is a very different.
Yeah, it's different, right? It's like I know it's like Japanese food
And
is
this
very different
and
to
this
Indian
and
food.
this to me is like having a cold shower, right? Where it's refreshing at the same time is uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But after a cold shower, you feel very refreshed. And that's how
Okay.
I'm feeling. Every day after work, I feel very refreshed.
Why? Why?
Because it's like, I feel like I learned something new. I learned how to do this. I learned a different uh a different technique.
You're sort of like you're out of your comfort zone, like in a sense, right?
Yeah. I'm very out of my comfort zone.
Because it's almost back to when you were first learning to be a production assistant, and then you were very slow at first. But
Yeah.
it's a learning process, right? And
Yeah.
and that's the refreshing part. How about the part that you get to create memories for other people and all that, versus like who cares about the back memories, right? The bags are being thrown out
Yeah,
after
exactly.
2 years. So is that the refreshing part as well?
Yes, it's definitely one of the refreshing parts because when you shoot, for example, when I shoot a newborn,
Mm,
right?
mm, 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 mm.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, the kid's gonna look and be like, "Hey, look, that's me when I'm young."
When I'm
Right?
not young, when I'm like
Yeah, when you're
15
like a
months
little
old.
baby, like a
Yeah,
few weeks only, right? And then
yeah.
that would make me be like, yeah, I'm the one that created that memory,
Uh, uh, uh.
and
Okay.
that to me feels personal, and that's
Mm.
another again a very refreshing memory
Feeling. Yeah.
or feeling to have.
So okay, so this is a question that I plan to ask all my future guests, right? Moving forward. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much job satisfaction you have? 10 being that you super love your job, you never want to change your job, and 1 being like you feel like you hate every minute of it, and you feel like you're in prison or you're serving NS. Like what on a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, I'm gonna go off a little bit of a tangent here, and I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say like assistant, being a photographer assistant, working
Uh-huh.
for the guy is a 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, of course, of course. Of
working as
course.
a assistant, right? To
Uh-huh.
me, is a 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But then again, I learn a lot, which is great.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
But now, if
Mm-mm.
you ask me 1 to 10, I'll say 8.
Your current your,
Solid,
your current your current
yeah,
job.
current job, everything solid 8.
Solid 8. And then how
Solid 8.
about when in company K and in the fashion, being a fashion product industry photographer, what what
Oh,
what
give that
what
a
was
5 or 6.
but
Basically, it's because of the pay. If
yeah,
the pay
speak
was if the pay was lesser, right? Then it would be
uh
like a 3 or 2 or 3.
so pay is important lah, right?
Yes, pay is very important.
I mean, I mean, this is like, like I just asked
Yeah.
an incredibly common sense question, but like, okay, so I went to do a bit of like researching, right? So
Uh-huh.
the average salary of a photographer in Singapore is $2,200 Sing dollars. This
Yeah.
is of course before CPF, before bonus, and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I assume. But are you, if you don't mind, are you above, below, around, or?
So I am also getting commission from my pay.
But
So
okay,
that boosts it up, right? That boosts.
but your
Uh,
basic
but
versus
my
two
basic
thousand
is
two.
quite high already.
Is
I'm
higher
quite
than this. Is higher than this now
I'm
normal.
quite yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. I mean,
Because
I
I'm
think
doing like 10 years of photography. They saw
exactly
me as a senior position
photographer.
already.
Okay, that's good. And on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think you're underpaid?
Uh if I'm underpaid, I'll say I am. I am. But 10
Mm.
being what? And 1 being what?
Like for example, 10 being like you're a slave, you're a child slave. You get paid $2 a month
Oh,
to,
okay.
you know what I mean.
And
And
then
one
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 being like
one being like you're like you're like some useless YouTuber, which I don't want to mention, but you know what I mean, like who don't deserve to be. Okay, lah, but I think then again, all the YouTubers they do put in the hours and all that. But you know what I mean, like some guy do nothing. Or okay, corrupted politician, right? They do nothing and they
yeah,
just
yeah,
collect
yeah.
money. That's a 1. So obviously overpaid. So where do you think you are?
I think I'm thinking about 5 or 6.
Okay, so you think that your pay is more or less fair in a sense, right?
Yeah, it's more or less fair. Plus the
Okay.
commission I'm getting is
Okay.
even though without commission, it's still about 5 or 6.
Okay. If you don't mind, can you share how the commission works? You don't have to go to numbers, but like roughly how does it work?
So basically, if I sell them, because every time give them everything, the clients will give them uh, the soft copies, but in very low resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So we sell high resolution, right? Depending
Hi.
on the package.
But they know that obviously you're not trying to bluff them, right? They know
No,
going
it's
in
there black and white,
black and
right?
white that you're
They
going to
already
get.
know.
So okay, in the basic package, what's the resolution like?
So, for example, if you want to go for newborn, right? The
mm,
resolution is going to be 1200 pixels by 800 pixels,
okay, that's in the
which is
package.
tiny, right?
Yeah, it's not fantastic. Yeah,
No,
okay.
right now we just shoot with our camera or whatever on our
Mm.
phones is a lot higher.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, and then but what they can do is they can like inverted commas top up or whatever to get like
Yes,
what's the new resolution? What's the best resolution?
5,000 to 3,000.
And then they can blow it up and
Yeah,
put
they
it on
do
the
whatever they
wall.
want. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we try to
that's
sell that, and then we sell like, hey, if you want it bigger, we can boom give you like not 50-inch lah, but maybe a 30-inch by 20-inch frame,
okay. So do
and then
you
we can
sell the
print it
physical
out for
prints
you.
as well? Do you sell the
Yeah,
physical?
we sell the physical prints as well. They
Okay.
make books and stuff, and then we can
Okay, books.
upgrade the books. Say,
To
hey,
have.
get this book is better than or I can buy 3 books, that kind of thing.
And what is the percentage of? I mean, I find all this very interesting. So I didn't prepare these questions. It's just on the fly. But what's the
Yeah.
percentage of, like, out of 10 families, how many of them actually pay, actually top up, or how many of them actually no, we're sticking to the package. Thank you very much. Like, what's the numbers for
Oh,
that?
it's like it's really a 50-50.
Oh, okay. So half of them will be like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna top up, or I pay for
Yeah.
my package. I'm done with it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I go. And then the other 50 is like, yeah, sure. Pay like a few hundred more or whatever, I assume.
Yes.
So how do they know about your company? Like, do they like, oh, I want Sean. I only want Sean. Or it's more like, oh, they heard of this company, or like, how does it work?
Yeah, so they heard of this company and they cannot pick me. Like they cannot choose photographer.
Okay, and so, but how do they know about the company? Is it,
I think it's
okay,
true. A lot of people find us through websites.
so Google ads and like
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook
Not
ads,
not really Google ads, but like more of trying to find a like, oh, if you just Google photography, studio, family portraits, that kind of thing. And
and you'll
then
be like number 3 or whatever,
yeah,
like that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, okay. I guess that's called search engine optimization, where
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but you need to be really techy and good with that kind of thing. Is there anyone in your company that does that? Or
There's some guy that's doing it and it's he's doing more of the coding and stuff.
okay, so
Yeah.
that's important, huh? Like nowadays,
Yeah.
but I'm sure is there a lot of word of mouth, or is
A
it?
lot of word of mouth also because a lot of clients come back because of, for example, I did a photo shoot for this family, and the family
Mhm.
is like, "Hey, there's another family that wants to shoot. I want you to shoot." And then I was
But they
like,
cannot
"Okay,
pick.
yeah." No, I mean like they can't pick through the website unless if they specific
Oh,
like
but through you they can
specifically
lah.
yes,
Okay,
through me
okay.
they can.
Do is there a referral bonus, or it's just
Yes,
okay?
there's also a referral bonus.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah, that
Right?
helps
Like,
a lot, right?
oh,
So it's like, hey, my name is Sean. Remember?
okay, so what's the referral bonus like? Like $200, $50, like how?
I think it's 10% or something. Right? 10%.
10%? That's crazy high, leh. You sure?
Yeah, I think so. It's 5 or 10%.
So if the package is like, let's say like how for simplicity $1,000, the
Yeah,
person that referred it gets $100 cash,
I think so. Yeah, roughly around there.
50 to 100 cash.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's quite high.
Yeah, but word of mouth always works, right?
Yeah,
I
word of
guess.
mouth always works.
And then do you post that? I don't even know the company name, right? And I don't want
Right,
to know, right? But
right.
does the company say like, hey, we like your face. Can we use your photos in our Facebook page?
Yes, yes.
Or
Yeah.
got no, or there's no choice? Or like they pay, or your package is $1,000, but if you pay $900, then you let us use your face on our
No, usually
website.
we just ask, right? But hey,
Is it okay?
yeah, is it okay to put on your face on the website?
But you don't compensate them in any way.
No, 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 no. We just ask them can or not.
But then it's verbal. There's no
Yeah, it's
contract.
verbal. It's
Okay.
verbal.
Okay, it's a bit scary because they might just turn back and say, "Oh no, I didn't let you." Who said? Well,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
say I
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
You know how thing. I mean,
You
there's that.
just take it down, no? Right?
Yeah, I guess.
But I
Okay.
mean, I wouldn't mind having my photo of myself being up on a professional website.
Uh, I guess
Personally.
I guess how narcissistic you are, lah,
Yes, I
right?
am. I am.
Okay. Okay. Next topic, right? Like, any feel good stories or any horror stories? I think you told me the horror story just now about your very
Oh
first job
yeah,
in
yeah.
photography. Your guy verbally scolding you and physically hitting you on the head, and I wouldn't say like
Yeah.
wow, really like punch your head lah, but like slap your
No,
head like fuck,
slap the back of my head.
that, which is still not very nice lah. Huh?
No, no, no.
So I think that's one of the worst horror stories, I would assume.
Yes. My feel good story is actually on my hobbies. When I do take photography as a hobby, where I go to the zoo and take photos of birds. I go to Jurong Bird Park and go to the
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
zoo and take photos of the animals and just have
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
a relaxing time
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
and just
Yeah.
wait for the animals to look at the camera and see how the animals move around. That is bliss for me. That is like, oh, I can just stay there the whole day, that kind of thing, and just shoot animals,
Mm-mm.
right?
Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. So, what do you think your dream job would be? Like, I know you're a photographer, but your dream company. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, if I'm a tech guy, I love to work for Google, or I love to work for myself. Or, like where is your dream location? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Dream company.
if I have a dream company, it'll be running my own studio, but I won't be shooting. The
Like you're
photographers, marketing people will help me run, or
mm-mm.
and the production people will help me run the studio, right?
And okay, not National Geographic.
No, that so on that point where the studio runs itself and I don't have to worry about the studio, right?
Okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
So when that's running, I can do
Um.
my own National Geographic stuff,
Okay. I understand
right?
now.
And I shoot for National Geographic, travel. Well, I can't really travel now, right? I mean, where can we go?
I mean, we were talking about the dream one, right?
Yeah,
10 years from now or whatever.
yeah. So go to Russia, go to the woods in Russia, go to Alaska, go to Canada, Patagonia, go to ends of the earth, for those kind of like the driest place on earth, or the salt plains, or where the sky mirrors the water and all that.
Yes, yes. I think that's in Colombia or something, right?
Yeah, there's a few places. There's a
Yeah,
few
there's a few
places
places.
that
Okay,
has that.
next topic. What career advice would you give someone who is interested to be a photographer?
Practice,
Okay.
practice. If you're doing anything,
Uh-huh.
practice.
Like a
So, for
skill-based
example,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, if it's a skill based, if you want to be, for example, a dancer or whatever, practice.
Mm, mm, mm.
I have to practice how to become an assistant. So I have to practice my assisting.
Mm-hmm.
I have to practice how to set up the lights. I have to practice and know what the numbers are on the lights.
Mm.
What does 1 over 34 mean? What does 5.6 mean on the lights? What
But
kind
that's
of
not but that's not practice, all right? That's like you need to.
yeah, it's like study learning. It's like you practice and learn how to and sort of understand the lights.
So like do you recommend going to a photography school, a course or something?
I would definitely do a course to
Okay,
have the
okay,
basic understanding. That's what
okay.
I did. I went to uni and I did a basic course and
That
understand what a camera is first. What is shutter speed? What is aperture? What is ISO?
yeah, I have no idea all that. I only know ISO
Yeah.
is like to reduce noise if it's low lighting or something like that. It's the only thing I know.
No, you're 50% right, but ISO is also trying to it tries to get light from the photo to absorb more light.
Yes, ISO means low light. Like to me, that's the layman. You know what I mean? That's it. ISO is low light, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
so if
it's
low
like
light, your ISO goes higher,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. See?
Yeah,
Okay, practice a lot. So we got practice a lot. We got go for courses.
yeah,
So imagine if I'm like fresh grad from uni and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want an office job. I want to be a photographer. I want to be Sean. Like,
yeah.
where would you apply for jobs or like
Assist, assist
so
first.
okay,
Do
so
assisting first.
okay. So do be a photographer assistant, then you can see how to set up everything.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the career advice you would say lah.
Yeah.
Number
Have
one,
the bitter first and then the sweet later. Right?
practice, practice. Then second is go for courses. And then
Yeah.
lastly, when you're applying for jobs, apply for the system one first because nobody's
Yeah.
gonna hire a photographer
Yeah.
like fresh out of the oven or whatever. Like, oh, okay. Oh, you went for a course and you take photos of animals. Okay, be a photographer. No such thing, right? They have
Yeah.
to be assistant
No
first.
way. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
practical experience
Yeah.
first, the work experience thing,
Yeah.
lah. Great. I think we're almost at the end of the podcast. One last thing. If you could turn back time
Mm-hmm.
and talk to 15-year-old Sean, what would you
Mm-hmm.
say?
About what? About photography or about
I mean,
anything?
related to the not like, hey, buy Google, buy Google shares. No. I mean, like, like what would you tell
My 15-year-old self.
yeah, like, just an interesting question. Like,
I'll tell me to quit school and just learn photography ASAP.
really, like, what?
Yeah.
But at least you need to go at least finish
15. No, 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 no.
high school lah.
Yeah.
Like
No, no,
secondary
no.
school, high
For
school, that kind
me, for me, I'll tell myself, like, dude, just stop what you're doing.
of
Take up
thing.
photography already. Not too liao. Don't waste time already.
I guess start gaining experience at
Yeah.
15 versus at 22 lah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
I
I guess
lose 7 years of experience.
that's okay. People
Seven
people
years
need
of practicing, you know what I mean?
people need time
Yeah.
to find what they want, right? Like
Yeah,
right?
but the thing is,
Uh-huh.
if you start early, then you can
Uh-huh.
save money to buy the equipment that you need,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then, if if I did photography when I was 15,
Mhm.
I would have learned how to save money. Instead, when I was 18, I was still going out. Hey, let's go to a club. Let's go
Let's go
drinking.
drinking. Yeah.
Let's go eat this, eat that. And then at the time,
I know.
because you're
Yeah,
doing national
true.
service, right? You don't have money. You have
Yeah, yeah,
$400,
yeah,
$500 a month.
yeah. And then I guess you wouldn't have wasted time to went to uni lah, right?
Yeah,
Because
and then you would have to
yeah,
waste time on uni. But then
waste
I
money
would
and time and money. Mm.
instead of uni, go to courses. You
Mm,
know,
mm, 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 mm,
like
mm,
take up courses.
mm, mm, mm.
Like my other, it's not my dream, but my sort of end goal here is also to teach photography.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this to me before, but I also, apart from that dream company of having your own studio, you
Yeah.
also have your own dream or aspiration to be a teacher lah, to pass on
Yes,
the
to teach.
to pass on the craft and all that lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I think we covered a lot today. I'm very happy with episode one. I think going into it, I don't know about you, but I was like, oh, I hope this works, man. I really enjoyed it. I hope people do. I'll definitely cut out some parts that are quite boring. That you wouldn't know, but but I'll cut some out. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, as I said, I'm quite happy with the content today. How can people follow you? What are your social media accounts
Okay,
and all?
so you can go to Sean X Photography, or Sean as in SEAN X
Mhm.
Photography
Mm. On
on Instagram.
Instagram. So that's where people can follow you.
Yes.
Anything else you want to shout
Sean
out?
X. No, shout out to the current company I'm working for. Like, thanks for hiring me.
You think they'll listen? Are you gonna send them this? Will you send them the episode?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. Anyway, it was great. Any parting words
No,
for
I would
for aspiring photographers?
practice, learn, take a camera, shoot more. Phone camera is fine as long as it's doing just shoot. Just practice. Learn the settings, learn how to shoot on manual, learn how to shoot on auto, learn how to shoot, learn about lighting, learn about go down hour, and practice. If you want to do photography, just practice. Go out. You got free time, you go out do night photography. Go out do day photography. Wake up early and shoot the golden morning sun or golden morning hour on your camera. Shoot random birds, shoot, whatever you can. Just shoot. Shoot normal random people, but must have their consent. And yeah.
I think that's great. I think it's very motivating. I almost want to be a photographer, but I love my job too much. So
I can shoot your products, right?
yeah, exactly. Okay. Anyway, that was great. I hope everyone enjoyed. So this has been A Day in Your Shoes, episode 1. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please follow the XXD podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch, because I stream with my
Yeah.
brothers every Monday Singapore time, every Monday night Singapore time. So okay, enough self-plugging. Good night, everyone. Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you everyone for staying.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.